Who is the 49ers' number one wide receiver?
So I haven't come out and said it yet, but I've been thinking this for over a year now, and to me, it's just obvious. Brandon Aiyuk is the number one receiver on the 49ers. The numbers tell you that. Now, this isn't disrespect to Debo. Debo is the best weapon on the 49ers. He's one of the best weapons in the league, one of the best players in the league. But if you're looking at a true wide receiver, let's talk about it. So Debo and Aiyuk, 40 time is pretty much the same. Debo had a 4.48, Ayuk's 4.5. So there's similar speed. Ayuk's a better route runner, has better hands, a better catch radius. Debo's better after the catch. But if you look at targets, Debo's been targeted 37 times, only caught 20 passes, which is a 54% catch rating. Yeah. He has 266 yards, but 13.3 per catch. Now, Aiyuk has only 27 targets, but caught 17%, which is 63%. So he's catching more balls than Debo will. And he averages 13.9. So despite Debo's yards after catch, he still has more yards per catch than Debo. Ayuk's the number one receiver on this team, and that it's not talked about, but it's the truth.
Absolutely, and I think they're getting a better feel for how to use him with Jimmy Garoppolo because they're not a good fit together. Aiyuk is good on the intermediate outside stuff and the deep post stuff, and Jimmy doesn't throw those at all. So you have to find other ways to get Brandon Aiyuk. Like what makes him special, to me, he's opposite of Debo. Debo is all stop-start. He's standing still. Now he's at top speed immediately, and he got to the edge. And his acceleration is crazy for a guy who's 220 pounds. Aiyuk's acceleration isn't crazy. He's not explosive off the line. But once he gets to his top speed, he can make full speed cuts and separate in ways that Debo can't. And so you got to get him at full speed. You don't want to throw him screens. He's not particularly explosive on a screen in the NFL. But if you get him in like running crossers or getting him in motion before the snap, kind of the stuff Walsh used to do with Jerry Rice, all of a sudden, he's incredibly dangerous. And I think we started to see a little bit of that yesterday. Because, again, Kyle Shanahan has great taste and watches all of my shows. He said he loved listening to sports talk growing up. We are definitely the best sports talk channel in the Bay Area. And I'm sure he doesn't agree with all the things I said. But if, he might take a thing or two once or twice. Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, Aiyuk missed the one throw by Jimmy. It was a good throw over his opposite shoulder. Aside from that, he played really well.
That would have been a pretty nice catch.
It would have been nice. Yeah, I honestly, I think he should have had it. So that's one thing I saw him do wrong. Maybe didn't jump on that fumble, George Kittle fumble.
That was bad.
Yes.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That was bad.
But overall, as a receiver, he's better. He has better hands. I mean, one thing that bothered me yesterday about Debo is the touchdown pass that he dropped. It could have been a touchdown from Jimmy in the beginning of the game. It was a little behind him, but you could tell he only stuck out one hand and he was concerned about the hit. I'm not saying Debo's scared, but you could tell he wasn't even looking at the ball. It was kind of a hospital pass, so I don't blame him 100%. But Debo drops a lot of balls, and so he's definitely the best yard after catch guy that we have by far. He's definitely one of the best weapons in the NFL. But if you're talking about a pure wide receiver, for me, it's no question Aiyuk's the man, and I'm hoping that they can retain him next year, which might be difficult with Bosa needing to re-sign and Debo's big contract. So it's going to be interesting.
They got to figure that out, and I think they got to start. Kyle, we were talking about Kyle improving his offense and knowing how to use his personnel. I think he has to really analyze his usage of Aiyuk and Debo, because Debo got 9 targets yesterday and caught 2 passes. 2!
It's not good.
For 10 yards. Meanwhile, Brandon Aiyuk is over here getting 4 targets a game. He got 4 targets against Carolina. He got 4 targets against the Rams. I think that's backwards. I think he should be getting 7, 8 targets, and maybe Debo should be getting 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Something about.
Statistically, it just makes sense. He's more likely to catch it. It's just a proven fact. He's
getting more yards per catch. I mean, both of them.
Yeah. So, there's really not a debate. I know everyone loves Debo, and I like him too, man. He's a great weapon. But if you're talking about a pure wide receiver, Aiyuk's better.
No question. Matthew Sanders says, I could be wrong, but it looks like Jimmy is still putting balls into harm's way a lot and getting completions instead of interceptions. Otherwise, no difference. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But if you say it after two consecutive wins, a lot of people say you're a hater. But what I'm just doing is I'm trying not to have my entire analysis be based on whether the team won or lost. The 49ers won, Jimmy's good. The 49ers lost, Jimmy's trash. Like, that is the worst type of football analysis.
Yeah.
And if that's all you got to offer, you don't need to talk for an hour. You could just say that and move on.
You see that a lot in sports, in basketball, football. A team could win by 1 point, and all of a sudden the team that lost is horrible.
They didn't want it.
Yeah, because they won.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not
Absolutely.
good analysis.
No. Matthew Sanders says, hot take, Juwan has better hands than Debo. I said it. That's not hard.
Yeah. It's not a hot take. That's pretty
better
accurate.
route runner than Debo, too. Sorry. Debo is a better athlete than everyone, though.